Loki episode 2, a lot to unpack, a bit of a mind fuck. Loki is teaming up with the TVA, and they are seeking out the other variant of Loki. I'm gonna say they're really doubling down on this gender fluid thing too, eh?
Absolutely. I thought it was actually pretty good. What'd you think of the episode overall?
I thought it was good. I thought it was, I like that every episode is progressing the story a significant amount. By the end of every episode, it's like, oh, they're going in a completely different direction. Because now it looked like first episode, okay, he's going to be with the TVA and that's going to be the thing. And Owen Wilson's going to be like his, whatever. Now they're in the past and he's in a completely different thing. And they've got this spiraling reality thing going on.
Yeah, so what I thought was going to happen was when he puts the jacket on, it says variant on the back of his jacket. I have a little chuckle on that. I figured it was going to be like a cop show. Yeah. Like him and Owen Wilson, they'd walk in like the typical Law and Order. You flip the book. What do we got? Loki killed him 85. Before he died, he yelled something, and then they go, okay, he's probably going to be here.
Yeah.
And then they go, right? I thought it was kind of cool that they went back to like Pompeii and they were like, what was it, like 35 AD. I thought it was kind of cool and how they found him. I enjoyed the episode. It's getting hard to watch, man.
Yeah? Why do you say it's getting hard to watch?
I understand the time travel, but they're jumping a lot. Yeah. You like, if you go up for a chip and you crunch at the wrong time, that is taking you to different. You're like, what is going on here?
Yeah, well, they're doing a lot of time travel stuff. It's interesting. They're making these variants. They're doing a lot of that, and I think this series is going to be going in a lot of different directions. But interesting that they had a female version of Loki in this episode too.
Well, you see, and this is like when you said that, I was like, what? A female version of Loki? Yeah, it happens, man. It's Loki. That's what he does. I didn't even bat an eye until you said something. Because you don't know what Loki could be a fucking cat.
Yeah.
Like he could literally be one of the pylons on the side of the road.
Yeah. So it is Sophie DiMartino. I haven't seen her in anything else before. I'm not aware of her in anything else.
No, neither am I.
Yeah, really hammering down on that gender fluid thing as well. So one of the things that happened is I'm not sure I totally even understood this, is at the end of the episode, he sends these what are they? These timeline reset things into the past. But you also, or I guess it was her that did it. You also hear that every time there's a variation, they collect a little bit of variation energy. So it's almost like they've scattered this variant timeline divergence throughout the entire timeline.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what the hell's going on here.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden now everything's growing. Now I'm like, now is this screwing up the other timelines that we know? Mm-hmm. Like, do we have to have more time travel or like, what are we doing now?
Yeah.
Because you see, when you see the branches start to grow, you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, my brain is going to melt.
It went from a very easy to understand thing to something that your average fan is going to get a little bit confused. I'm excited because I like those sort of things, but now we're getting into an area where do you think that maybe the casual fans are not going to be able to follow it?
You have one more episode. So you have episode 3 to clean up that bullshit you just did and fix it all. It's easy for the regular person to follow and just say there's a tree. Like they showed it, like it's almost got branches. Okay, that's a tree. He's in Loki, the variant that we're looking for is in one of these branches. We just don't know where he is. We have to go find him.
My expectation is that that's not going to happen.
That's the easy way to go. Okay, we're going to go to 45 AD. Now we're going to go to 1985. Then we're going to go to 45. Okay, where are we going now? Now we're going to go to the hurricane. Okay, cool. Don't fuck it up. He's not here. He's here. Okay, he just left. He probably went to 62. Make it easy. Don't go, hey, I'm going to throw all this shit out here, and then you watch the tree grow. You're like, oh, I'm so fucked. The casual fan is done.
My expectation is that they're going to make the rest of the show about different timelines and different universes and all of that, and how it's spiraling out of control, and probably sometime at the very last finale, in the finale of the episode, they're going to clean it all up, and it might be and this is what we're going to be left with, a completely different MCU, and I'm sure that that's going to be it. But which version of the MCU? How much of the things that we've already seen are going to stick around? What is going to happen? You know, I don't know. I don't even know what we're going to be left with by the end of this show, but it will be interesting to see.
So here's the problem. If you're going to tell me that everything I went and watched in a movie theater, I gave 10 years, 15 years to Iron Man and all the way through. If you're going to tell me that Loki just basically went and said that whole fucking thing did not exist, people are going to be pissed because you fall in love with the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think they're going to go quite that far. I don't think. What
are they going to do?
I think that there's always going to be like that. Those 21 or 22 movies are always going to be considered canon in the MCU, but you might see, I don't know, you might see perhaps a version where the X-Men have actually been there the whole time, or perhaps a version where maybe, I don't know, Thor did something different, or Loki had a different relationship with Thor or something. I don't know. We're going to have to, I think it's best to not decide if a joke is funny before you hear the punchline. And in this analogy, we've got to get to the punchline before we really know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but you can't make the punchline look so goddamn hard to follow before you get to it, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have the audience, you have something that we're fighting for. People's time. That's what you and I are doing. We're fighting for people's time. Loki has people's time right now. People got to give up 52 minutes a week to watch this or wait and binge it all. They're not going to want to watch if they look at it and go, oh, fuck, I'm going to have to think way too fucking hard on this.
Well, but the thing is, I don't think to watch Loki that you have to think too hard about it yet. Perhaps you will at one point. But right now, we've got a very straightforward linear timeline. He started out in one place. He was captured by the time cops. And then once he got into the time cops, he's aligned with this variant. And this linear timeline that they're going through is about fucking up the other timeline that we know about. So they're changing a lot of the MCU. The storyline of Loki is, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's not so complex yet. It probably will get complex at some point. But the story is about them fucking up the rest of the timeline.
All right, listen, man. If it starts getting too fuck crazy, I'm done watching Loki.